another topic to get to after FanDuel. The NFL season is here, guys. Week 3 gearing up to be an exciting weekend, and FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if that $5 bet wins, you get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. So if you're ready to play, download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com/UCSS to get started. That is FanDuel.com/UCSS to place your first $5 bet. So we have EP Steve in the house today. We're thrilled to have EP Steve up in Cleveland. He texted me yesterday and said, "Are you guys going to address the Adam Schefter Shedeur Sanders report?" And I said, "No, it's a Monday. We got game stuff to review. We'll do it Tuesday just for you, though, Steve." So Steve's in the house. This is the first time executive producer Steve is here to witness the Shedeur Sanders conversation in person.
Right.
So if anyone's been living under a rock, before kickoff, about 2 hours before kickoff on Sunday, Adam, and there's EP Steve. Shout out to EP Steve for making the trip up from Atlanta. Adam Schefter put out a report that basically said the Ravens were planning to take Shedeur Sanders with the 141st pick in the draft in the 5th round. And they called Shedeur, and Shedeur's people said, no, this is exactly from the ESPN article that Adam Schefter wrote. The Baltimore Ravens were planning to draft Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round with the 141st pick, league sources told ESPN. But before the Ravens could turn in the card, the former Colorado star let it be known to Baltimore that he did not want to be on the roster with Lamar Jackson, where he wouldn't have a chance to play anytime soon, league sources said.
Is that the exact tweet?
No, that's from the article. That's from the ESPN article.
Okay,
that is
the article was
paragraph.
misleading because didn't it say that it was Dion that said he didn't want to play there?
I'll look at the tweet, but that is exactly copy and paste from the first paragraph of the ESPN article.
So you plaguarized it.
Well,
no, I'm saying this is exactly what he said.
Guys, guys, who knows? Listen, Adam Schefter's not making stuff up. Is it possible he got misinformation? Sure, that's possible. If this is correct, if whoever it was, his dad or whatever, if this did happen, it was a big mistake by them. Because Shedeur, that was the perfect spot for him to go. Because it's a great organization. They are good at developing talent, as good as any team in the league. And all this craziness about him playing, which I think, in a way, I just don't know that any of this all this craziness is good for him. I don't know. There would have been none of that. The Ravens would have been one of the 3 or 4 teams in the league where you would have had none of that. Like people pushing for Shedeur to play would not have happened if he went to the Ravens, because you would understand that he's kind of that this is a place where he can grow over the years. I get it. We've just talked about it. You can't fully, become a better. You're not going to reach a peak just sitting on the bench and watching. But the Ravens, I think, would have been a much better situation for him.
Real quick, before anyone else goes, I'm looking at the tweet. You just read the tweet wrong, Bull. I'll read exactly what Schefter tweeted.
Yeah.
Ravens plan to take Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round, but before Baltimore could turn the card in, the former Colorado star let it be known that he did not want to be on a roster with Lamar Jackson, where he would be a backup.
So let me.
Do you believe it? Do you believe? What do you believe? Like, do you believe, or do you not think it's true?
Give me a second.
Go ahead. No, you go.
Give me a second. I'll answer that question. So this is how I feel about this whole thing. One, this is exactly why I am not considered a media member, because I hate when media members goes out and put stories out like this that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. So what? That was something that you should have reported back when the draft happened. I don't know why you bringing it out now. I'm sick of people using Shedeur Sanders names for click. It really is starting to bother me. Dude ain't doing nothing but trying to get better and going to work every day with a smile on his face and doing wonderful things for the community. Stop using that man's name for clickbait. Boom, back to Shedeur.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I have no issue with what Shedeur did is because, to be honest with you, it would have been foreign to him. Why do I say that? He went to Jackson State. They were no good when he got there. He helped make them good. He went to Colorado. They were no good when he got there. He helped make them good. He got to the Cleveland Browns. They're no good when he got here. He's trying to make them good. This is something that he's used to doing. He's never really stepped into a program where it was, oh, this is a really good program, I'm going to sit back and learn. No, he recruited the city of Cleveland because it was something that he was used to. He was used to going to places and making them better. He wants to do the exact same thing with Cleveland. The thing that people are not paying attention to is he's playing the long game. He got the fan base so good and he got the city of Cleveland so good that at some point it's inevitable that he's going to step out on that field, because what he's doing in the community, the way he's ruined, the way he's helped people that was in need, and that the way he spends time talking to kids. Listen, people remember that stuff. It's gonna be it's a huge storm coming that day that Shedeur got to get out on that field. And I think when he does, he's gonna do well. Right now we seen him in the preseason. He had his good game, he had his bad game. Right now he's just sitting back, answering, doing everything the right way, just taking notes and consistently getting better. He's doing it in the quiet. Nobody's really trying to say nothing to him. He ain't really trying to have no headlines in the media. He's just showing up to work every day, trying to get better, because as he continues to say, when his opportunity comes, he want to make sure that he's ready for that opportunity, because he's one of those guys that I think the way he comes off to me is, if you give me that opportunity, I ain't giving it back. Like, you put me out there, it's done. We ain't looking for no more quarterbacks. I'm going to be the answer. So I have nothing but high respect for Shedeur and everything he's doing. I respect him not wanting to go be behind Lamar, because it was a guarantee that he would sit behind Lamar. They just paid him. When you look at the situation in Cleveland, people want to play. I'm not coming to the league to sit behind somebody. I don't want to do that. I want to play.
Right,
so
but the
only reason it looks bad is because right now he's the third string quarterback. That's the only reason this situation looks bad. But when you go back to the thought process of what he was thinking when he made that decision, it totally makes sense. I wouldn't want to go sit by Cleveland had no quarterback. Yeah, I'm going to go to the place where I'm going to potentially be the starting quarterback. That makes a ton of sense to me. I don't understand how this is even a big story. And I'm really mad at you, Adam Schefter, for tweeting this out. You better than this. You should have said this months ago. It really bothers me that you dropped this on the day of the game. Yeah, it probably got you all the clicks that you was looking for, but as good as you are, you shouldn't even need that.
What does he need the clicks for?
Yeah, you don't even need that.
I just want to ask you
this
one thing.
This is why I'm not a media member.
Tyvis, I get what you're saying. You make a good argument. I hear what you're saying.
That was crazy.
The only thing I'll say is, once you got to the 5th round, even though the Browns,
you got to the 5th round,
right,
and the quarterbacks on the roster was Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel.
Right.
I'm looking at myself.
You're gonna play.
Better. He's saying I'm better than them.
Let me help you out.
Right. You're right.
With the Baltimore Ravens, it's a guarantee. If number 8 is healthy, he's going out there.
You're right. You're right.
We'll help you out a little bit. Tyvis, when you was undrafted or you go undrafted.
Oh, I looked at the rosters.
Your agent, do what?
Look at my rosters.
At some point, you would rather, if you're going to get picked in the 7th round, don't take me in the 7th round. I'd rather be a free agent.
I'd rather pick where I'm going.
Because I can pick my spot.
Pick where I'm going.
So, and here's the thing. Like, people try to act like this is the problem that I got a problem with, man. People will use quarterback, just different scenarios in which they take characteristics that they like. They like people that's competitors, that are fiery. But then when you say, I want to play over here because I feel like I could go change the game or I feel like I could play, now that's a bad trait. The reality of the situation is, first of all, let's go to the heart of the story. No, I don't believe it. Second of all, they said he had headphones in the meetings. He was in there coaching the coaches. He was doing all this stuff. All of these things came out about him, and it was all negative base, right? And let me just get this straight so we can set the page here. The only person who has ever came out and said that I will not play for you, do not draft me,
Eli Manning,
are the Mannings.
No, not just the Manning. I got another one. John Elway.
Elway and the Mannings. But the Mannings are looked at as the royalty. They can do anything they want. They can say anything they are the only people to ever do that. But they use that and say, oh, hold on though, but Deion gonna do it. If it was so bad, why don't you say Eli did it? You're not gonna say that because you know what the game is. They use these little paintbrush and strokes to say it. All I didn't see him do is come here and go to the projects and pull up and do something good for people. All of the talk about he gonna tell this and that, he didn't even fight for his own number, right? They said, you gonna wear 2? He said, no, I wear another number. Hey, when he goes up, they say, yo, yesterday, oh, he had a backwards hat on. He went up to the kicker and said, hey, man, it'll be better, man. I know how it is, right? But you talk about this man's backwards hat and glasses. The reality of the situation is Tyvis hit the nail on the head. The Shedeur fan base is a stimulus package. They know that if you're getting a certain amount of views, they add 20, 30% to it. These articles, including Diana Rossini's article, I forgot about that last week. It got to be weird before he plays. No, it doesn't. It don't have to be weird. It just have to be the Cleveland Browns are terrible, and he's going to get an opportunity to play. But here's the thing. It's all good because in everything that he said, I don't hear nothing from him. I don't hear nothing. He said, yo, I'm going to sit back and post up and wait for my opportunity behind Joe Flacco and chill out. These are old articles that they didn't run. They're like, listen, I need this throwaway. I know how I get you. Hey, if you're a host, Bull, come on, Bull. If they called you right now for CBS National today, you got a whole bullpen roster, something in the clip ready to go. You got 6 topics right now. If you had to go to New York and talk baseball, you got 4 in the chamber ready to go.
Ready to go.
them articles be ready to go. They was like, we need something on the Browns. We ain't trying to talk Joe Flacco. Let's hit the article. But like you said, we see it. People just gonna interact with it, but for the most part, the people in Cleveland, we know how it go. It's all good.
You know, you guys made an interesting point, G, especially at the end there, that I didn't really think about. It was, now I didn't take it as when I say he'd be better off in Baltimore, I just think for him it's a better organization, right?
It's less of a headache.
Yes, but I didn't really think about the angle of, but I didn't really think bad. I don't think it reflected badly on him that he didn't want to go there. I just thought it might have been a mistake because he might have been better off there. But your point of we want guys to be competitive. We complain in college when guys switch schools because they don't want to compete.
Right.
And I hadn't really thought about it as, well, he don't want to sit behind Lamar, even though in the long run, and we'll never know, it might have been great for him to learn from Harbaugh and learn from Lamar.
I'm sure it would
be in that great system.
But he ain't playing.
He's
if
a young
if
man
8 is healthy,
who has,
he ain't
as
playing.
you said, only had success, only known being a starter. You're right. Like, it's easy for me to say that now at 54. Oh, go be a backup. But if I were Lamar Jackson, you know, when I was starting my career, I didn't want to be a backup for another sports talk host.
No.
I thought I was the best. I should have started. Same thing. He wanted to. He didn't. In fact, most people don't want to come to the Browns.
He was all about coming to the Browns.
He wanted to come to the Browns because he saw an opportunity. And, yeah, I agree. He should be credited for that.
And I tell him, Bull, even the people that support him, they heavy. I tell them, no, listen, we all got to go through something. I get that he's always been successful, but if you believe in him as much as you say he do, right, and you with him 100%, then if he is unbothered by being a 13 quarterback,
right,
you should have the thought process, I trust him. Because here's the thing. Right now he's going from a person who has had it, better or worse, he's attached to his father because who his father is.
Sure.
This is the best thing in the world for him, right? Because now he ain't the top dog. Now he really has to go about it. He got to have some setbacks. Now people can't say, oh, it was you and your father.
Nothing's being given to him.
Nothing was given to him.
No.
And when you make it, when nobody gave it to you, you know what you can do? You can walk around with your head high and say, I got it out the dirt. Ain't nobody told me nothing. I was here. They didn't give me a shot. They didn't give me a shot. They didn't give me a shot. Just like this. Can't nobody say nothing to Baker right now, can they?
No.
That's what you want. That's what you want. That's all you can ask for as a man.
And if Shedeur succeeds, I don't want to hear about nepotism. I don't want to hear about any of that. He was a 5th-round pick. If you're going to use, a lot of people like to make snide remarks, and he's only a 5th-round pick. Well, if he succeeds down the line, I don't want to hear these same people saying, well, he's just a young kid. Blah, blah. No. If anything, that might have hurt him. That might have hurt him in terms of the draft.
Arch Manning was the preseason Heisman. He's terrible.
He's terrible so far.
He's terrible.
I didn't want to go. Our quarterback is in 26. You got to say with your shoulders, Tyvis, and bankhead bounce. Our quarterback's in 26.
Every quarter, terrible.
It's early.
Nasty work.
Is terrible. I've never been a fan of Drew.
Nussmeier looked nasty.
He's straight.
What about the Sellers guy?
He got hurt.
Oh, he got hurt.
My favorite so far is Mendoza at Indiana.
Mario Mendoza, the former Mariners shortstop.
If the Browns take a quarterback, they're going to take Sellers. I'm
Hey,
telling you. Watch.
look,
They gonna take Sellers.
Then it's my tears. Listen, it's real. What I tell you, your savior. This is why I'll always get mad with Kevin Stefanski. Your savior is not coming in on a white horse to save you. You got to coach your way out of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like you thought, and then Sean says it. Well, now that you wake up, you look around. It's funny how you get old real quick. Receiver looking nasty. Offensive line is nasty. You think you're going to pony up 7 picks?
That's the story next year.
7 picks to pony up to get a quarterback, and who he throwing to? Tybus. Who are they throwing to?
Forget all that.
Who's
We got a dude we drafted in the 3rd round that's a healthy scratch 2 weeks in a row. Nobody talking about this. But yet you gonna tell me that all four of your offensive linemen is going, so this guy who's a healthy scratch is gonna be a start guard next year? He can't even be in the rotation.
Is there a single player on this team that is a sure thing to start on the offensive line this year?
No. Luke Whippler. Luke Whippler, go Bucks.
This dude stays on task.
Luke Whippler.
Just like they said it was a good quarterback draft, they say it's a good offensive tackle draft. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in April.
Listen, this is.
I'm not lying. I'm just telling you what they say.
I'm so sick. First of all, nobody knows what the hell they're talking about. It's all a guessing game. Everybody's full of crap. Let's go.